Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus tells the captivating story of Elizabeth Zott, a brilliant scientist who struggled to pursue her passion in the male-dominated world of academia in 1950s America. Despite her setbacks, Elizabeth refused to give up on her dream of becoming a research chemist. However, after facing repeated rejections and discrimination, Elizabeth found herself hosting a cooking show on television. Though it seemed like a far cry from her scientific pursuits, Elizabeth used this opportunity to showcase her expertise in chemistry and educate the public on the science of cooking. The book explores Elizabeth's journey to success, shedding light on the patriarchal systems that held her back and many other women during that time period. It highlights the importance of perseverance, determination, and resilience in the face of adversity. Through Elizabeth's inspiring story, readers can gain insights into the challenges women faced in pursuing their careers during the mid-20th century. They can also learn how Elizabeth used her unconventional path to success to reignite her professional ambitions and ultimately triumph over the forces of patriarchy. Lessons in Chemistry is an international bestseller that leaves readers feeling both outraged and inspired. It encourages readers to break down gender stereotypes, pursue their passions, and strive for success in the face of adversity. Idea 1. The challenges faced by women in STEM fields in the 1950s. Lessons in Chemistry Analysis. The story of Elizabeth Zott in Lessons in Chemistry highlights the challenges faced by women in STEM fields in the 1950s. Despite her intelligence and expertise in chemistry, Elizabeth faces sexism and misogyny at every step of her scientific career. She is constantly mistaken for an assistant or secretary, and her work is dismissed by her colleagues. Her supervisor sexually assaults her, and when she defends herself, her reputation is tarnished, and her pathway to a doctorate disappears. Elizabeth's experience at Hastings Research Institute underscores the gender bias that existed in academia during this period. Her male colleagues are given preferential treatment and are offered better-paying jobs. In contrast, Elizabeth's career advancement is stunted, and she is forced to work on minor lab projects while being paid far less than her male counterparts. Her boss, Dr. Donati, also obstructs her research, even when a donor is interested in funding her work on abiogenesis. Donati lets the donor believe that Elizabeth is a man, diverting most of the money to other projects. The story also sheds light on the double standards that existed in relationships between men and women in the 1950s. Elizabeth and Calvin's unconventional relationship, where they move in together without getting married, is scandalous to their colleagues. Elizabeth doesn't want to get married because she fears her own academic work will be overshadowed by Calvin's, and she can't take on a new name because she has been publishing under the last name of Zott. Instead of paying rent, Elizabeth cooks for Calvin 5 nights a week, reminding him that cooking is chemistry. Overall, Elizabeth's story highlights the struggles faced by women in STEM fields during the 1950s. It underscores the need for gender equality in academia and the workplace, where women can pursue their ambitions without being held back by sexist attitudes and gender biases. Elizabeth's intelligence and expertise in chemistry show that women are just as capable as men in scientific fields, and that their contributions are invaluable. Idea 2. Gender Stereotypes and Femininity in the Madwoman in the Attic. The Madwoman in the Attic presents a compelling portrait of the challenges faced by women in the 1950s as they navigated the strict gender roles and expectations placed upon them. Elizabeth Zott, Harriet Sloane, and Miss Frask each represent a different version of femininity, yet all are united in their struggle against the pervasive misogyny of their time. Elizabeth, as an unmarried mother pursuing a career in science, challenges the traditional expectations of women as wives and mothers. Her determination to continue her work in a male-dominated field despite the challenges she faces highlights the difficulties women faced in trying to achieve success outside of traditional gender roles. Harriet Sloane, in contrast, represents the stereotypical housewife, married and devoted to her family. However, she is also dissatisfied with her life and marriage and longs for something more, demonstrating that even those who conform to traditional gender roles can still feel trapped and unfulfilled. Miss Frask, as a single woman working in a secretarial position, embodies the limitations placed on women's career opportunities in the 1950s. Her experiences with sexual assault and her realization that conforming to gender stereotypes did not lead to success and happiness reveal the hypocrisy and injustice of a society that restricted women's potential. Despite their different circumstances, all three women face similar struggles and limitations due to societal expectations of femininity. Through their experiences, the Madwoman in the Attic highlights the need to challenge and disrupt these gender stereotypes and expectations in order to achieve true equality and liberation for women. Idea 3. Cooking Matters: How Elizabeth's authenticity and innovation revolutionized television. In the story, Elizabeth challenges societal expectations and norms to create a new form of cooking show that connects with viewers on a deeper level. She resists the pressure to conform to traditional gender roles and instead chooses to dress in a lab coat and use scientific terminology, demonstrating that cooking is a form of science. Her authenticity and innovation pave the way for a new kind of cooking show that validates the work of homemakers and speaks directly to their experiences. Through her refusal to compromise on her values and beliefs, Elizabeth faces challenges and obstacles but ultimately triumphs. She proves that audiences appreciate and respond to genuine and meaningful content, rather than superficial and formulaic programming. Her success on Supper at 6 demonstrates that authenticity and innovation can be powerful forces for change, even in the seemingly mundane world of television cooking shows. Idea 4. The importance of embracing change. The story of Elizabeth Zott teaches us the importance of embracing change in our lives. Elizabeth, a successful TV chef, had given up her passion for science in pursuit of fame and success. However, when she confronts her past and realizes the impact it has had on her life, she decides to return to her true passion. The process of change is depicted as a radical transformation, much like the concept of abiogenesis, non-living forms transforming into living forms. Elizabeth's decision to leave her TV show and pursue science again brings about a profound change in her life. She meets Avery Parker, a woman who recognizes her brilliance and offers her the role she deserves. Elizabeth's family is also changed by this decision, as Avery is Calvin's biological mother, and Elizabeth and Madeline gain a new family member. The importance of change is further emphasized in the story through the transformations of other characters. Miss Frask, who had been fired from her position at Hastings, is promoted to head of personnel, while Harriet Sloane leaves her abusive husband for a new relationship. The message of the story is clear: change is a positive and necessary force in our lives. It may be uncomfortable or challenging at times, but it can lead us to new opportunities and a better future. We should not be afraid to embrace change and take risks in pursuit of our passions and goals. Summary: Elizabeth Zott's journey as a chemist was not easy, as she faced numerous obstacles in the patriarchal society she lived in. Despite her exceptional talent and academic achievements, she was constantly overlooked and denied opportunities simply because of her gender. However, Elizabeth found hope in her brilliant colleague Calvin, with whom she fell in love. The prospect of working together gave her the motivation to continue pursuing her dreams. Unfortunately, tragedy struck when Calvin died, leaving Elizabeth pregnant with his child and without a job. Faced with limited options, Elizabeth turned to hosting a cooking show, which quickly became a nationwide sensation. Through this platform, she encouraged women to take themselves seriously and pursue their dreams, despite societal limitations. Despite her success as a TV chef, Elizabeth still longed to be recognized as a chemist. She recognized that her true passion was in scientific research and that she had a contribution to make in this field. At the peak of her TV fame, Elizabeth decided to return to academia to resume her work as a chemist. Elizabeth's story is an example of perseverance in the face of adversity. She refused to let societal limitations prevent her from pursuing her passions and fulfilling her potential. Her journey shows the importance of having role models who inspire and encourage others to pursue their dreams, even in the face of obstacles. Now, thank you for taking the time to watch, and if you found value in this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And in case you want to buy the book, use the link in the description. Trust me, you won't regret it.